Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Leluk Manufacturers Nigeria Limited. She does a lot of bags and fanciful things. Mrs. Ezenwa, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
So the talks of struggles by small businesses in Nigeria, but we've seen the Bola Tinubu administration pronounce a lot of policies and efforts. Top on it is to make funds, especially accessible, operating environment. How much has this affected operations in reality?
Thank you very much for having me. You know, like I've often said to people, business is war, and you have enemies everywhere. But having said that, the business of a small business owner has a lot of challenges. But thank God there is hope. This renewed hope that came with this administration that is talking about Nigeria First policy. So that has really helped us, the small businesses. Although there are challenges, policy shifts here and there, and I believe the government can do a lot better because access to finance is still a thorny issue. Infrastructure, electricity, multiple taxation. You just name it, it's war. But some of us are determined to make it. We've been at this for 40 years and we're still thriving.
So it doesn't look like we're just focusing on the negative. Has there been any relief, let's say, in this administration? Because a lot of people have said, oh, President Tinubu is a very, you know, I mean, I remember how the markets bounced up. Immediately it was announced that, you know, he was one of the foreigners, and then eventually he won. It seemed like a lot of investors looked at his trend and believed that he would do the economy and especially businesses good. So would you say there are things you have enjoyed as the operator of a small business in the last how many years that President Tinubu has been in power?
Yes, in the past 2 years I've seen tremendous improvement in my own operations. There is the new Minister of Trade and Investment, Professor Oduwale, who has, you know, really raised the bar, provided access to market, and access also to finance. And I dare say that since the Tinubu administration, this policy of patronizing made in Nigeria goods has really prospered most of us. And with the incoming AFCFTA agreement and the customs authorized economic operating programs of which we are beneficiaries, I think a lot has happened positively.
Are you already benefiting?
Oh yes, because I'm the first to get the certificate of origin under AFCFTA to, you know, ship my goods out of Nigeria. And I'm also the first to get the authorized economic operating status with the Nigerian customs. All of this has happened during this administration of President Bola Tinubu, GCFR.
You know, a lot of people, when you talk about government policies, it seems very far away from them. So it's interesting that you would be the first, or say you're the first to have gotten that certificate of origin. Because I did speak to someone some time ago, and they told me even the bureaucracy around getting recognized to use the platform, the AFCFTA platform, hasn't been easy to access. So perhaps you can share your experience for a lot of people out there who would like to know, who have been trying, you know, to also get the certificates.
Okay, my journey started when Segun Awolowo was there and still there as the coordinator, national coordinator. They did a lot of sensitization programs. They did their guided trade initiative programs that enlightened a lot of people on what it means to join AFCFTA. I took particular interest because I've been exporting informally, but that brought me to the sort of shipment. And again, I dare say there's a lot for small businesses to learn. If you seek, you will find. I will encourage them to look out. But there should be more sensitization for small businesses in various languages, not only for the elites. For the rural business owner, there should be sensitization. So I benefited. And when customs also advertised that they were looking for people who will comply, because AEO is a compliant status you get. You have to, it's very intrusive. You have to allow customs to come into your environment to, you know, investigate, audit what you're doing. And then, if they're satisfied, they grant you that status. So I'm enjoying both at the moment.
What are you enjoying, though?
What I'm enjoying is this fast track from customs. If I'm shipping out, it's like a VIP treatment. And if I'm importing, it is same, because I declare exactly what I'm bringing in, raw materials. And when I'm sending goods out, I declare, and what I say that I'm doing is what exactly I'm doing. So I think, for me, I think it's okay. So, except for the infrastructure, we use a lot of diesel. We don't have lights. So it costs more to produce in Nigeria than anywhere else. We find it difficult to compete. But we are managing. We're managing. Yeah.
So it does seem from what you have said that there are some benefits available to small businesses, but unknown to them. Because in a meeting recently where a lot of traders have complained about customs and the harassment that they go through bringing in raw materials into the country. And the customs talked about this AEO and challenged them that they are not taking advantage of it. You know, but I think let's take a short break now. Let's take a short break. Then we'll continue this conversation in just a bit. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. Thank you for staying there with us. We're discussing, well, the opportunities available to small businesses, which seems like a lot of operators of small businesses in the country are not aware of and have not taken advantage of. But fortunately, we do have Mrs. Ezenwa here, who says she has taken advantage of some of those businesses and she's enjoying the benefits thereof. So Mrs. Ezenwa was asking, it does seem like, as you said, there's the need for enlightenment, because even the government seems to be at the top creating these opportunities. It doesn't trickle down to the people who should use it. I mean, look at what you're enjoying, a VIP treatment when you want to import and export, and then you're using the AFCFTA platform, which you have testified to.
Yes, I still maintain we need to sensitize more. customs need to educate the people more. Just a few of us are enjoying this benefit. They need to go out there and let the people know. In my own space, I run an academy where I train young people on how to make bags. This academy is in Lagos, it's in Abuja, and it's in Enugu.
And it's free of charge?
And it's free. And currently, we are partnering with Nigerian Export Promotion Council to run the Export Skill Acquisition Center. And we have a curriculum. In that curriculum, we are breaking down all these benefits so that people will get to know about them and start early. But customs and all the agencies, SMIDAN, BOI, they need to take these messages to the grassroots. It's not enough just...
So when you say these opportunities are free, you teach young people how to make bags. Who qualifies? Just anybody? Or do you need to have a background in something?
No. I am doing it to give back to society, really. From ages 18 to 25. Most of these youths are just unemployed. Some don't have skill. And recently, there are some that have graduate qualifications, but no skill. It's now skills, not degrees, because there are not enough jobs in these corporations. So you need a skill. So I offer them that skill. And when they are done, they can be on their own. We train...
But is there markets, though?
Oh, there is a lot of
There's
market.
enough market demand for the bags.
Oh, of course. Everybody carries a bag. I mean, all over the world, people are carrying bags and you don't have enough bag makers. So the more the merrier. And I also believe that government should encourage some of us who are doing this. At least they can provide what we call a hub, a production hub, a common user facility, where these ones we have trained can go and use the equipment.
Because
there.
Getting the skills is one thing. Actually, having the capital to start the business is another thing. So that takes us back to the funding issue, access to funds.
That is a problem. Access to finance, especially to women, so difficult.
Why especially women?
Well, because they ask you for so many things, and if you're a married woman, you need to get clearance from your husband to go and collateralize your property. I mean, it's tougher for women. But I know now that BOI is trying to do some funding for only women. And it has to be a woman-owned business. But they have to simplify the process of getting these loans because the documentation is complicated. Most women don't understand all these complications. They have a registry where you can collateralize some of the things you own, like your jewelry or your car, to get a loan. It should be simplified. Not everybody can do this. Startups are stranded. So I think they should monitor these people that give out these loans so that development partners like UNDP, they've come to our aid. UNDP, incidentally, sent about 100 people to my academy, paid for them. So if other agencies can do that, that will help. Our academy is one of the biggest in Africa, in Abuja. So we churned out about 200 people this year alone. So if we're encouraged, we can do more. And it can be replicated in all the other states so that youths can be employed. They're looking for employment. I think I have an answer to youth restiveness and unemployment. they should come and learn how to make bags.
Everybody will make bags. The whole country will be filled with bags.
Yes, and you export them. You have to export. If Chinese are dumping their bags here, why don't you dump it back to them?
But do we have the materials, though, for good quality bags?
We do. We do. We have also gone to Cross River to look at the raffia they have, the bananas, the plantain plants. People are coming up with a lot of things, but our raw materials and research development centers should come around to see what we're doing and see what they can do.
Have you invited them?
Of course we have, so you can't sit in your comfort zone and know what people are doing. You have to go out there and see, So I believe that that is a good industry to engage a lot of youth.
Okay, so let's just give an invitation now. Maybe you should just look to the camera and invite the raw materials and research, because I know they have been, this is your camera, they have been kind of vocal recently. Mrs. Zenwa, this way.
Yes.
Okay, so look here and invite the raw materials and research.
Well, I'm using this opportunity to invite the Raw Materials and Research Development Center in Abuja, in particular, to come and visit us and see what we're doing. And then see all the raw materials we use and see how they can actually, introduce them. See how to convert waste to wealth. The fabrics from all these things lying around the coastline. So we can use them to be producing things, beautiful things. If you go to Bangladesh, this is what they are doing. You go to Vietnam, this is what they are doing. The research centers are to be held accountable for us not having enough materials to do our work.
So we'll ensure that goes viral for them to get also. And I know you talked about the issue of infrastructural development, which is affecting everybody in the country. The gap is wide. We've seen the government take some loans, to close this gap, but I guess they're not doing it fast enough for operators like yourself.
They are not. Because we are hearing so much about power, solarization. It's only recently UNDP unveiled the solarization of what they call the maker space in Abuja, under SMEDA. But how many people have access to that space? So government should actually, the Ministry of Power, should actually go out there and see how to help SMEs, because we are really suffering in this country. It's only very few that can, claim to be successful. Startups die 5 years after starting because they have no access to all these facilities.
All right, well, we do hope that we hear from them soon. Thank you so much for coming on the program and sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.
Mrs. Chinwe Zenwa, the Chief Executive Officer of Luluk Manufacturers Nigeria Limited. We wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And thank you for your contribution back into the society.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.